So OpenAI told you first?
Yeah, it told me first.
Oh my gosh.
And gave me the juice before their CEOs even announced it. Your competitors are not doing this yet. This is the easiest I could make it for someone that doesn't know AI well and doesn't want to hire an agency. You can entirely launch it off of this strategy. Low lift, $0 out of pocket. You're gonna start taking customers on day 2, $300 a customer starting now. All you have to do is
Ideas. My brain is hurting right now. Back in September, I had my friend Brandon on, and Brandon owns an 8-figure marketing agency. This was episode 60. It was a fan favorite, so I wanted to have him on again and talk business ideas, specifically small business growth hack ideas. I don't think we've ever fit this many growth or business ideas into a shorter episode. I had to split it into 2 episodes, or else your brain would have exploded. You'll hear part 2 of this episode a week from today. I don't even know where to begin. You're going to love it. So without further ado, please enjoy.
Okay, so here's an idea. QR codes on yard signs. If you're a home services company, a lot of times you'll leave a yard sign afterwards, right? Or you'll ask the homeowner if you can, whether it's, landscaping or window cleaning or whatever. So here's my idea. On the yard sign, have your little logo on the top, have a big old QR code, and then in big bold letters, have it say like scan for a prize. And have that be a lead gen for you, for your business, where they just have to enter their, name, email, phone number, whatever, and have a prize. Give away Amazon gift card, or you can aggregate, a gift card to a restaurant plus something else, all from local businesses. But I feel like especially if it's in a regular neighborhood where they'll get a lot of walk-bys from your other neighbors, it'll be something that people would actually look at and scan if it's right there, instead of just a random thing that's, Joe's Landscaping, call, 916 blah, blah, blah for service.
I love that idea. Would you put like the brand of the home services company on there as well? Or is it like a total, they don't know what they're about to get when they scan it?
I think both, because I think without the logo, it could almost be more intriguing. Like, why does Marianne have this big old QR code in her front yard? I'm just going to scan it to see what she's doing. But then, also have the version that has, your logo, but still scan for prize and then see what happens. But
okay. I like that a lot. I'm trying to think of other ways you could take it. It's kind of like you're merging online and offline. Like you're bringing a lead magnet. And for those listening, a lead magnet would be like, let's say you have a landscaping business. You see online a lead magnet to get greener grass. A free ebook on how to get greener grass, and then you're in their marketing funnel, and maybe they'll hire you as your landscaper. You could totally do something like that. Like, let's just say with landscaping, it's like Chris's Landscaping, scan here for a free prize, and then it's like free appetizer from our local Applebee's or something. Or maybe it's just a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card, and they scan, you get their email, and then you start marketing to them.
Yeah. I think it'd be good.
I love it.
And related to that, I thought of another idea, and all the ideas I'm going to try to share today are like things that someone could do without hiring a marketing agency or whatever. So this one I just called like Neighbor Blitz. So if you are the type of business that goes to people's homes, when you go, bring coupons and door hangers so you can easily just bring 6 and just put it by the 6 closest neighbors, but coupons to give to your client, your customer, that they can hand out to their neighbors that is customized to them. So, they could give, if I just had landscaping done, they could give me 5 coupons to share with my friends. That's like, mentioned you got it from Brandon on Central Avenue, and you get 10% off or 20% off your first service with this company, because I would be much more likely to give someone a coupon than to just shout out to the masses, hey, go hire Joe's Landscaping, pretty please. They did a good job for me.
It's like an incentive for a referral, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone do either of these, at least not where I live in Utah, which is why I was thinking they would probably stand out.
Yeah, I mean, if someone was doing it, it would be in Utah, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So let's say you cut someone's lawn, you go up to the homeowner, you hand them a flyer, right? And what's on that flyer?
It's the coupon it says it would say my name. So it'd be a little bit customized. And so I could hand it out to my neighbors and they would get the 20% off if they just mentioned they got it from me.
Okay. 20% off the service or something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's kind of a similar vein. You're merging online and offline. You're bringing affiliate marketing to home services.
Yeah.
Genius.
Low lift, $0 out of pocket.
Do you think this would be like a custom QR code? Like basically it's an affiliate link that's linked to that QR code?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why not? Because if you do that, then you can track it by person. And if you do have a neighbor or two, you know, a customer or two that's really doing a great job, then you might want to hook them up and turn them into an actual, you know, lead source for you.
This is something I think about all the time, that like 98% of business owners are not nearly aggressive or assertive enough in asking for referrals, right?
Right.
It's usually like if they do anything, it's a throwaway comment as they walk away. If you need anyone else who needs a bounce house, let me know. But why not like, hey, post a picture of this bounce house with all these kids playing right now in front of me, show it to me, and I'm going to give you $100. That's it.
Yeah.
$100. And you don't know what the conversion rate is going to be for the first 5 to 10 times, but after that, you will be very confident to maybe say $200 or maybe only $20.
Yeah.
You know, because the average mom's going to have 700 friends. Of those 700, 200 are going to live in that local area. Of those 200, maybe 5% of them, 10 people are going to get a bounce house rental, $500 a pop. That's $5,000. And you give them a $100 Amazon gift card for that. Like, why aren't people more intentional about that? Maybe because there isn't a system like this that enables them to do that more easily, right?
Yeah. I mean, riffing off of that, you could try to get a partnership. I mean, everybody likes restaurants, right? So
here's how this works. I make you free videos. I actually know what I'm talking about. I have no greasy sales pitch at the end. And if you implement what I talk about, you'll make a lot more money and have a better life. And all I ask for in return is that you hit the subscribe button and maybe even the notification bell, just like that. Thank you.
Try to get a partnership where you might buy gift cards to local restaurants at a discount yourself. So you could buy a $50 gift card from the restaurant owner for $30. Then you give a $50 gift card out as the prize. And you could ask the homeowner, once you're done with the service, whether it's pest control or window cleaning or whatever, you can say, hey, are you a part of any like neighborhood Facebook groups? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm actually part of whatever, you know, Dallas Moms Unite. And then they're like, well, our owner
gave
us this thing where if you just show me that you post on it, then I can just give you this gift card right now. Do you want to do that? And then just kind of act like it's this weird thing, like be willing to sit in the awkwardness for 20 seconds or whoever your employee is. But a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, I mean, I love you already. So sure, why not? And then boom.
Dude, there's a lot of money to be made by being willing to sit in the awkwardness. And serving a mission is a great way to practice this. When I taught seminary, early morning seminary, I'd ask them a question and they would just give me these blank stares. And I would just be like, I would just stare back. And it would be like 90 seconds sometimes, like a painful amount of time. But I just wouldn't give. I wasn't making any money doing that, but it's the same principle.
Yeah.
You could even take it a step further and say, let's say it's in a mom's group. My wife's in a mom's group. It's called Moms That Get Around. The worst named mom's group ever. Okay. But it's like, it's just chock full of referrals and, hey, I need my car fixed. Any auto body guys? Like, and they like these referrals are sacred, even though most of the moms don't know each other personally, but they've all been in this group for years. And so it's a very high trust society in there. You could take a step further and say, hey, give you $50 Amazon gift card. And I think it's important that you have a physical Amazon gift card, like in your truck right then, right? $50 Amazon gift card. And I'm going to text you a link. This is a custom link. And I'm going to give you an extra $20 for everyone who signs up with your link. Tell them that you'll put the link in the top comment so Facebook doesn't deboost the post.
Yeah.
That way they're incentivized to not delete it after you leave and they get their money. And they're incentivized to really ham it up because they could make 5 times as much money through the affiliate link. No one is doing that with bounce house rentals or pressure washing or landscaping or anything. Like no one.
Yeah. And if you were to tell them, you know, once you have one case study, you could say, yeah, last time we did this, Shelly posted, she's the neighborhood over. She posted and we ended up paying her $450, which
exactly
is more than we thought we were going to pay her. But I mean, we got some good customers from it. So we're all happy.
Yep.
And then whoever's hearing this heard that Shelly made 450, they're going to want
Yep.
to do it. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so good. Let me bounce one back at you. I keep thinking about this rock and a flyer idea. Over the summer, I interviewed Daniel. He owns a pressure washing business. He owns like a bunch of home service businesses. And he said, the only thing you need to do when you launch a home service business is to find a targeted neighborhood, get a bunch of rocks, buy a bag of rocks at Home Depot for $10, get a bunch of bags. And he named specifically, he's like, they need to be like 4 by 10 inches, open, nothing sealed, not a Ziploc. You need to get a flyer that's the same shape as the bag. You put the flyer and the rock in the bag, you staple it, and you drive around and you throw it on the driveway. And then he said, you don't ever pick up the phone the first day, because almost 100% of those first day calls are people that are angry at you. But from the second day on, you pick up the call. And he swears, and I don't remember what the exact percentage was. You can go back and listen to it. It is going to be episode.
I've never heard this strategy. This is awesome.
This episode did really well. Episode 123 and episode 127. He came on, it was a 2-part episode. He swears that his response rate is like 10 or 20% with this really method. High. And it's really high. And the cost on this is like 10 cents plus like 10 seconds of time, because it's really quick. He's like, I set them up in my basement. I get my kids. We set up a 6-foot folding table, rock, flyer, bag, staple, done. Load up like a milk crate full of them. And he's like, it's very important you pick the right neighborhood. He's like, if we're doing Christmas lights, we go to this neighborhood. If we're doing pressure washing, we go to that neighborhood. If you get the neighborhood right, you will have a double-digit percent response. Like not response rate, like close rate.
That's amazing.
Okay. Because it's like you just see a piece of trash with a rock in it sitting in your driveway, you're 100% going to read it. So I was just thinking, like, how could you scale that? Like, could you offer that as a service for other home service businesses? Could you launch a higher ticket home service business only on that type of marketing?
Yeah, I feel like you could. I mean, it's just so different than the packets of mailers that I get like every 3 days. I have 40 mailers in them that I don't even see through anymore because they're just endless. That's a genius idea. I feel like you could do it with the pitch, but you could also do it with like a giveaway. It could just be more like a PSA, like, hey, we have a giveaway. Here's what it entails. It entails, a free bid on this and this, which is yours and something completely non-related. It also is, $100 to whatever, Beto's Mexican food restaurant, $100 to the Airborne Trampoline Park, and $50 in flowers. And it's like, oh my gosh, I get all that stuff. All I have to do is scan this code or call this number. Yeah.
Or what if like you open a restaurant and you just go to the neighborhood around your restaurant and it's like free egg rolls, free appetizer, only to those homes right there that are going to be driving by your restaurant every day. Like I would just love to A/B test that against direct mail.
Yeah.
Because direct mail still works even for restaurants.
Yeah.
I just love like, oh, this is my retirement. My retirement is finding really niche marketing methods like these and just testing it with the most off the wall things. Like I get roofers knocking on my door every week. And the second I see their face, I hate them. I just hate them. It's nothing personal. I knocked doors for 2 years.
Yeah.
I just don't like, usually just because they're interrupting me and I'm only answering the door because I think it's someone bringing my wife something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't have a keyhole or whatever.
Yeah.
A peephole. But if I needed something done with my roof and I had one of these on my driveway, for me personally, it stands out because it's not intrusive and it's just different. Like no one thinks the ads work for them, but they work for all of us. Like I was shopping for homeowners insurance and I got a piece of direct mail for homeowners insurance and I called them up.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting like True Green to come spray my lawn. I was just thinking about it and I got direct mail from True Green and I called them up and it was right time.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of it, but
yeah, for sure. Next one. Okay. This is the easiest I could make it for someone that doesn't know AI well and doesn't want to hire an agency. Here it is though. Large language models like ChatGPT, more and more people are using them as Google, right? Your competitors are not optimizing to be found in the search from ChatGPT, guaranteed. Okay, because it's so new. So whoever's listening to this, your competitors are not doing this yet. So all you have to do is be first and write out content to post on your website that is the type of content that ChatGPT likes and will surface for the answers. So
Okay.
I just put in a landscaping website just as a test into ChatGPT. I said, I own blah, blah, blah.com landscaping. Can you write me quality in-depth blog posts for my website that will rank well in LLM search engine like ChatGPT, tailored to specific and relevant searches? That's all I did. So it's not like a fancy prompt. And then ChatGPT's reply to me, I'm looking on my screen right now, but it gave me a ton of topics, why it would work in ChatGPT's search engine, an extra angle on how to beat competing answers and my competitors, how to structure the content. And then it just says, do you want me to start writing this? And I said, yeah. And then it just started writing all the answers. And then you just take that and just put it on your website, put it on your blog.
Mm-hmm.
Now your blog is the only one in your competitive market who has the relevant content that these new large language models are going to be using to find the answers from. You could also throw in your FAQs, like what are the most normal FAQs that you get as a business owner? What are the normal questions that you get? Add those to the list. Have ChatGPT do it. You heard my prompt. It was not fancy at all. It'll just do it all for you. Copy, paste on your blog. Boom, you're done. And you'll beat everyone in the gradual future.
I love that. My only potential pushback is, do we know, or how do we know that ChatGPT is actually telling us like a method that they actually use to find content on the internet? You know, is there any way of really knowing that?
That's a fair question. I don't know that we know 100%, but the answer that it gave me was really good, which is true, which is like the way that ChatGPT surfaces answers is very similar to the way that Google surfaces the like people also asked questions. That type of more structured content is kind of what these large language models look for. That'd be my answer to that. But also a few weeks ago when it became rumored that ChatGPT is working on an e-commerce integration.
Ooh.
So then I myself chatted to ChatGPT asking them if those rumors were true. And it replied saying, yes, they're working on a Shopify e-commerce checkout integration. And then like 3 days later, they announced it publicly, as did the CEO of Shopify. So
OpenAI told you first?
Yeah, it told me first. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I tweeted about it, and it was my, I don't ever go viral, but it was my most viral tweet of the year because it was just so funny that it answered my question and gave me the juice before their CEOs even announced it.
That's amazing. And now you have me sent down a rabbit hole. I'm currently looking at my Google Analytics and YouTube Analytics to see how much traffic that ChatGPT is sending me. I want to share my screen real quick. That is my YouTube traffic from ChatGPT. It's not big numbers, but they're climbing.
Yeah, they're climbing.
And it's the only LLM sending me traffic. None of the other ones are.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is my average view duration is 3 minutes, 54 seconds on that. And it's 3 minutes overall. So 30% higher quality viewer, which is interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the case in general is for the decent while, your traffic totals aren't going to be huge from ChatGPT, but the quality of people and conversions are going to be a lot higher because typically it's going to be a much more specific question that it's answering and then sending your way.
I just can't believe that like ChatGPT told you stuff that wasn't public yet. Like, did some engineer screw up there or what? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe people were like guessing about it and it used that,
Maybe. I asked it only a few minutes after someone had tweeted a screenshot of the source code on Twitter. It's not like it didn't have anything really to pull from yet.
So video is cool, but you know what's better? Long form audio via podcast and my newsletter, tkopod.com. Go there to subscribe for free to my newsletter. It's 1 email a week, very tactical. And then go to my audio podcast, 3 episodes a week, stuff like this. You're going to love it. All free, no sleazy sales pitch, tkopod.com. I think that's a really interesting kind of a subtle marketing or sales tool we can learn from ChatGPT. You said, and I notice this every time I use it, but I don't think it used to do this. ChatGPT ends its responses with a request to prompt it again. Right? It's like, what did you say just a couple minutes ago that it asked you at the end?
After it gave me the whole outline, it asked me, do you want me, aka chat, to start writing all the content that it gave me the outline for?
Oh, right.
I said yes.
Right. From a surface level, it's like, well, that's stupid. Like they're burning so many millions of dollars on this processing, all this compute power, right? Like why would they be begging us to use it more? It's like, well, they want us to be addicted to it. They want us but there's a lesson.
Amazon started. Amazon was undercutting everyone because they just wanted to hook you.
Yep. I once heard from I don't remember, but in the sales world, you never want to get off like a sales call, or maybe you're just an account manager. You never want to get off that call without having another call in the books already. And I don't care what it is that you're selling. Maybe you're in sales, high ticket, B2B, SaaS, doesn't matter.
Yeah, bam, fam. That was the saying I learned. Book a meeting from a meeting.
From a meeting. That's what it is. Book a meeting from a meeting. And that's the same principle that ChatGPT is using. Yeah. And it's the same thing that Facebook does. Facebook Messenger does inside Facebook Marketplace. It removes the friction. It's like, you just click a button. Are you interested? And then you can click a button. Yes. Like, where is it? And that's become like a meme. I've seen so many reels of people like reenacting Facebook Marketplace in real life. Have you seen those? Where it's like, there's just like a guy pulling up in a truck and he's like, hey, is that dresser still for sale? And they're like, yeah, it is. And then he just drives away.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so common because they've removed all the friction. So it's so easy for a potential buyer on Facebook Marketplace to just bounce. And we're all guilty of it. That's just the trade-off. That's what was making me think when you talked about the yard signs with a QR code, you could put nothing on there, just a QR code. And it's like, oh, I'm going to scan because I'm curious. But there's a trade-off. You'll get more scans, lower intent. Whereas if you say, scan this to get a free 20% off coupon at Applebee's, fewer people will scan it. Many people don't like Applebee's, but the ones that do will be much higher quality, higher intent. Right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh man, we're covering a lot of ground here. All right. Well,
here's another one I heard the other day in the TK owners community. Actually, was somebody was saying how, why don't more companies partner with each other where they don't overlap at all? Why don't more roofers partner with painters?
Yes.
And just co-market all the time, or something that maybe is seasonal. Why don't more Christmas light companies partner with whatever landscaping companies? Because your customer is used to somebody coming to their house to perform a service. So just work together. So find other companies in your local geographic area that also are, well rated and, meet with the owner and maybe similar size as you, and just figure out, you have 400 customers, they have 370 customers. You guys don't compete at all. Figure out how to work together and help each other win. I think that's also one, maybe because it takes a little more effort at the beginning, but it's just time, a few hours, figure out how do you do it logistically. Could be as simple as just sending out texts and emails, promoting the other person's service, but definitely a very low lift with a very high potential ROI.
1,000%. I'm so on board with that. I'm finding examples of this right now. So one company that was so good at this, and it's kind of similar, kind of different, AOL, right? We all remember AOL's viral marketing strategy. I did a deep dive. I spent like 3 hours one day learning about how they sent their free internet CDs around the world. And it's just the best thing in the whole world in my life that I love the most.
Yeah.
Okay. It was this woman, I forget her name, but AOL had just burst out onto the scene. They were one of 1,000 new internet service providers. They were generic. And she's like, let's send out some CDs. And they were like, what? Huh? You're like, yeah, let's just, some free 100 hours of internet. Okay, cool. They sent it out and it crushed expectations. Like absolutely just crushed. Like delivering free internet in the mail to the internet curious that just got a computer in the home for the first time.
Yeah.
Right place, right time, product market fit. Okay. And then they were like, they were putting over $100 million a year into this one marketing campaign, which is just such a brilliant testament to like, yeah, test everything except drugs, but find the one channel and just beat it to death until it has a negative ROI. So then AOL got even more creative and they're like, you know what? We don't compete with Blockbuster. Let's stick ourselves on every single Blockbuster video. Done. You know what? Why don't we put ourselves under every seat at the Super Bowl? Done. Let's put a CD in every new modem and printer that's sold. Done. Software boxes, cereal boxes, popcorn boxes, free CD racks, checkout lines at the grocery stores, end caps, like millions and millions and millions. And then they kept going up on the hours, 100 hours, 500 hours, 1,000 hours free because all of their testing showed that it just worked. It converted amazingly.
Yeah, I'm happy. Deja vu now, remembering 1995 when I was 11 years old and just seeing those CDs everywhere at the grocery store and stuff.
They, at one point, 50% of all CDs produced in the world were these AOL free internet CDs. And they spent over $300 million on this campaign. A couple more facts. They acquired one new user for every 3 CDs sent. 33% close rate on like a SaaS product, right? They went from like 10,000 users to 35 million users over the course of like 3 to 4 years with this one channel.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They were spending $1 per CD, including shipping and everything. So spending $3 to acquire a customer that would pay $50 a month for years.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, okay, so they still, every now and then I hear about what their revenue is from that initial cohort of customers. And in a quick Google search, they, in 2021, they were still making $180 million in annual revenue from the AOL Advantage program, which is basically internet security, like protection stuff. So they're still doing 9 figures a year in revenue from that business line.
Oh my gosh. Another company that does this really well today is Crumbl. Like there's a Crumbl cereal. They have like Crumbl scented like lotions out there. They partner with influencers like Kylie Jenner for like special Crumbl cookies. Like I love finding companies, big or small, that are just brilliant marketers and just saying, okay, I'm going to copy that. Like, how can I copy that?
Yeah, I saw a big private equity firm just acquired a big stake in Crumbl actually, like a week or two.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Back to your original idea. I didn't mean to get us off track, but like, I don't see a reason why a plumbing company isn't partnering with an HVAC company or a roofing company, like you said, with a painting company. I mean, maybe they're so busy they don't need to, but it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, if this is growth hacks for small businesses, then theoretically, whoever's listening wants to grow. So try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, even if you don't have a business, like this is a piggyback, right? Like,
yeah,
you launch a painting company and I would find a home service business that has like a very high volume of customers. So I wouldn't go to a roofing company, right? But like a landscaping company, someone that's serving 50 customers a day, and say, hey, would you mind dropping our name to the homeowner? And I'll give you $300 for every customer we get.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's a really good idea, actually. If somebody wants to launch a business, launch it. You can entirely launch it off of this strategy. You can get your website, buy your website first, throw it up super quick, get a phone number, make sure that you or someone you know is going to be ready to handle the, calls and the customers, and then do exactly what you just said. And just go to a landscaper, a painter, whatever else, if you're doing window cleaning, and say, yeah, $300 a customer starting now. And you're going to start getting customers on day 2.
All right. What'd you think? Come back in 1 week from today for part 2 with Brandon, because that one's even better. Thanks for listening here on the Kerner Office.